Hello, day 19. I cannot believe we are only 3 more episodes away from wrapping up 21 Jumpstart. So this is your reminder that just because 21 Jumpstart is ending does not mean this podcast is. So make sure that you are subscribed so you still get all my episodes. But let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the energy behind your content, your business, the being that you are inside of this space. Because look, I used to think to myself like, oh, all that energetics and all of that, like it's all like a little bit woo-woo. Let me tell you, it makes a difference. Let me tell you it does. And I'm going to put it in the simplest way possible for you today so that you can understand exactly what I'm saying. But it comes down to, this is something that I don't think that you can't just fake it until you make it, right? Like it's not one of those things. You can't just flip a switch and turn it on. The energetics behind it, for me, I believe, come down to the belief that you have in what you are doing, right? And don't get me wrong, like I know that this is also something that, as you get more confident, then you are able to increase this energy. But if you don't believe in it, you don't believe in it. It actually gets to be that simple. So what I mean is like when you're creating content, when you're showing up and you're speaking about your offers, your products, your business, like whatever it is, what kind of energy is behind that? Like are you showing up and you're being like, hey guys, so today on this podcast, we are going to talk about, just this thing that I've learned about. And, I'm really excited to share that with you. If I was talking like that, you'd be like, shut up. Like, actually shut up. Like, no one's going to stay and listen for an episode that sounds like that. Like, it's just boring. And like, it just sounds like I'm just reading off a script. If I'm even reading at all, I'm just literally doing it because I have to do it, not because I want to do it. But when I show up and I'm just like, hey guys, this is what's up today. Let's talk about it. You're going to be a lot more engaged and actually listen. And you're probably going to have a lot more confidence in me too, because I believe in what I'm talking about. Like, I truly believe it. And I'm open to all conversations. If you don't believe what I'm saying, then that's fine. Let's have a chat about it. But like, best believe I'm going to come back and back up my beliefs because it's my belief. Like, do you know what I mean? It's my belief until I've been proven otherwise. And so when I talk about these things, that's why I come through with so much conviction. And that's why so often I get asked all the time, hey Mads, how do I become more of an authority? And I'll be so real with you right now. Like when I first started in this online world, that was one of the biggest questions I got asked, right? Like I was always like, how do you shop as an authority? How do you, sell so easily? Like, how do you do all these things? And I'm going to be real. Like in the first initial stages, I was like, what do you mean? Get in there, talk about it, educate, like go hard. And I used to watch other people's content and I used to be like, why is it like this? Obviously before I learnt more and understood, and I used to genuinely think like, what do you mean? Like just be the authority and come up, like show up every single day. And then when I realized, I was like, oh yeah, not everybody has the authority because not everybody has the conviction in what they're saying. Not everyone believes in what they're trying to sell. And where I think a lot of people come unstuck is they're selling because they want to make sales. They're not selling because they truly believe in what they're actually talking about. And they don't back their product into the end of the earth. They're literally just selling to make sales. So there is the biggest difference in that. And I also get people ask me all the time, like, oh, like, what's a strategy that I can follow and like all that. And I'm going to be real with you. Like, I could give you a sick strategy. Like, I could be like, righto, here's a plan. I've mapped all of this out. Like, literally, here's your content. Here's your offers. Here's like like everything behind it. Here's how you do, all your marketing. But at the end of the day, like, if the energy and the conviction isn't there, it's going nowhere. Like 2 people can say the exact same thing, like word for word. And I promise you, if one person has more conviction and the other person is just literally selling to make sales, I guarantee the person with the conviction that truly believes in what they're talking about, they are going to skate circles around the other person. And I truly believe like when you don't have the conviction and the energy behind what you're selling, like people can tell. People like pick up the energy. It's a wild thing to explain. It's like, it's one of these things that just like, it's just the way that it is. And it's like, I'm probably one of the most delusional people you're ever going to come across. Like, honestly, trust me when I tell you, if you ask me like my plans, my goals, you'd be like, wow, she's gone for the stars. And honestly, like I truly believe that I will reach them. But it's one of these things like delusion and like going all in and having these incredible goals is like amazing. Like I love that. But it's also like you can't really fake this until you make it. Like the whole fake it until you make it thing, no, that's out. The whole be delusional and go hard, yeah, that's in. Like there's a difference between the two. And my question to you is, if you were to go, and this is your task for today, and my question to you is, if you were to go back through the last 30 pieces of content that you created, would you like put yourself on the other side of the, scroll basically, and ask yourself, if I was to watch this piece of content, it was my content, didn't know who it was just a complete random person that came up on my explore page. If I was to watch this piece of content, would I be like, holy shit, like this girl knows what she's talking about. She's so confident. She's got the energy. Like, you know what? I'm intrigued. Or would you watch your content and just be like, same as every other thing that I've heard, scroll. Like there's no in between. I promise you, there's no in between. So I want you to go back through your recent pieces of content, and whether you like talk to your camera, which if you're not already, I really highly recommend that you do start. Whether you're doing that or whether it's just like B-roll content with text over the screen, just even the tonality in what you're writing things. Like, is it just a copy and paste in everyone else's? Or when you read it, is there personality in it? Like, do you feel it coming through the screen, like in the words? I think you'll be surprised when you go back through your content. Be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, and just think, do I have an energy that is like unmatched? Like, am I coming through convicted? Or am I just selling for the sake of a sale? I'll leave that with you today. I would love to hear what this brings up for you. And yeah, a couple more days. But don't forget to subscribe so that you can still get all of my podcasts.